Welcome back to London Running PT. I've just come back from a run and I'm just about to pack up the car and we're going to head over to southeast London this weekend. So I'm going to head over and see some family and some friends over there. But that's not the reason for me posting this video, obviously. I'm going to try and get up early tomorrow so I can show you one of my favourite workouts, which is a hill circuit. It's a really tough circuit, but it's one of my favourites. It's quite a fun one to do. So we're going to go to a park called Danson Park, which is just outside southeast London. And I'm looking forward to going back there because it's close to where I grew up. So we used to go to Danson Park lots as a kid, and I haven't been back for a while. So I'm looking forward to getting over there. I know that it's got a perfect hill for this type of workout, which is the reason we're going to do it there. So I've managed to persuade my mate Mario to come and do the workout with me. And Mario is this ball of energy kind of guy. He's an entrepreneur. He owns websites such as yourwadblog.com. He owns The Business Dummy, and he also owns hitman.com, which is HIIT, hitman.com. And he's just full of enthusiasm, loads of energy, and whenever you spend enough time around him, you'll end up being enthused about something. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with him. I'm looking forward to putting him through his paces. So Mario's a big kind of CrossFit guy, high intensity workout guy, and he's a very strong guy. So I'm going to be interested to see how he gets on with these hill circuits, because although they look easy, they're actually really, really tough. So let's get over, let's have a look at them. So let's have a look at the workout itself. So this is the hill circuit that we're going to be doing. It's loosely based on Lydiards Hill circuit. For those of you that don't know who Arthur Lydiard is, he's a pioneer running coach, did a lot of great work back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and he was a bit ahead of his time in terms of his methods. And for those of you that are interested in finding out a little bit more about Arthur Lydiard, or anyone that wants to get a little bit more nerdy with their running and take their running a little bit more seriously, then I'd highly recommend a book called Healthy Intelligent Training, which is by a guy called Keith Livingstone. And he basically breaks down Lydiard's methods in a very scientific way, and it's a really good read and really kind of goes into the science behind it. So if you are interested in the Lydiard stuff, which I would suggest if you are serious about your training, then you should be, then that's a great book to have a look at. I'll put a link to it in the article so you can go through and have a look. So like all workouts that we do, the first thing we have to ask ourselves is, what is the purpose of this workout? What are we trying to achieve? What physiological variables are we trying to stress to adapt? And with this particular type of circuit, we're really looking at leg strengthening. We're looking at power, which is how fast you can deliver that strength, and also leg speed. So the original hill circuit that Lydiard did was an 800 metre hill, so it's a really long hill. So the uphill part was 800 metres. I'm not quite sure how long the recovery jogs were, and the downhill part was about 700 metres. So really long hills, but I don't think you need the hills to be that long to get the result that we're looking for. So the aim is we're going to try and do 4 loops of the hill. Loop number 1, the uphill component, is going to be a mixture of bounding and just normal running. Bounding, I will show you in a moment in one of the videos, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, at the bottom of the hill, you're going to start off doing between 6 and 12 bounds. You'll then just run normally for the middle part of the hill, and then at the top end of the hill you're going to finish again with another 6 to 12 bounds. So bounding is a plyometric exercise essentially, so great for building power, and it's got a load of benefits in terms of doing bounding on hills, one of them being improving ankle flexibility. But whenever I'm doing plyometrics with runners, I really want to stress to them the importance of having what we'd call a horizontal component to the plyometric exercise. So a horizontal component just really means a forward component to the exercise. So obviously when you're running, you want to be going in a forwards direction. So with your plyometrics, you want to be recreating that. And bounding and skipping, which I'm going to get onto in a minute, both have that horizontal component. if you were to compare that to something like just straight skipping, which is also a plyometric exercise, or squat jumps where you're going down into a squat and then just straight up vertically, there's nothing wrong with those exercises per se, but it lacks that horizontal component which bounding and skipping gives you. So I really urge you, if you are a runner and doing plyometrics, really think about making sure that the exercise you choose have a horizontal component. I think that's really, really important. So getting back to the circuit, 6 to 12 bounds, normal running, 6 to 12 bounds. Now across the top, what we're looking for is just a recovery jog. So I don't care how slow this part is, the goal is just recovery. I'm quite happy for you to walk it if you want to. If, for example, you haven't got a hill that has a real kind of long stretch that allows you to recover in time, there's nothing wrong with going backwards and forwards until you feel like you're recovered. But hopefully the hill's long enough, you get recovered by the time you get to this end. And the downhill part, what we're looking for is fast, relaxed running. So the goal of this component is really leg speed. It's not an all-out sprint. We want it nice and relaxed, but it's fast. So you're going to be concentrating on turning your legs over quite quickly underneath your body, but it needs to be in a nice, easy, relaxed way. And this component, the actual depth of the hill is quite important, because if the depth of this hill is quite steep, it's going to affect your ability to go really, really fast. So don't think for the downhill component the steeper the better, because all you'll end up doing is trying to stop yourself falling over, which is not the goal of the exercise. You just want a very gentle decline on the way down, something that's going to allow you to move fast and get your legs ticking over really quickly underneath you. And then again at the bottom we've got recovery, jog or walk. So same thing with the top, the goal here is just to recover. These two components are hard work, and the goal of the exercise is to be completely recovered so you can give maximum effort in these sections. So when we come round here to our second loop of 4, we're not going to do bounding, we're going to do skipping. So skipping, again, I'll show you in a moment on the video, but it's the same format. So we'll do 6 to 12 skips, normal running, and then 6 to 12 skips at the end. Again, recovery jog. This is going to stay fast running, relaxed leg speed on the way down. Recovery jog. Loop 3, we're back to bounding. Recovery, fast recovery. And in the last one, we're back to skipping. So basically, the only thing that changes is the alternation of the bounding and skipping on this uphill component. So this is the first uphill section of the circuit. So this is bounding, and as you can see, it's a little bit like the triple jump movement that you see triple jumpers doing. And ideally you're going to be doing 6 to 12 at the bottom, 6 to 12 at the top. And then across the top here you can see Mario doing his recovery running. He's going really slow, which is exactly what we want him to do because he needs to be fully recovered. So when he gets over into the far corner, he can start his fast section. So you can see him here. You might need your binoculars for this part, but he's going really, really fast down here, turning these legs over really, really quickly. But very, very importantly, it's relaxed running. It's not an all-out sprint. And again, down the bottom here, we're now back into that recovery jog. You can see he's going really slow trying to recover, and that will set him up for loop number 2, which is skipping. So this is skipping, another great plyometric exercise, and again format's the same. So you're going to do 6 to 12 at the bottom, you're going to do 6 to 12 at the top, and then you go straight back into your recovery run, and then you're just going to repeat basically. So you'll get over to the far corner, again it will be your fast running down to the bottom of the hill, recovery jog across the bottom. Loop number 3 will be back to bounding, 6 to 12, 6 to 12, recovery jog across the top, fast running, recovery jog, and then the last circuit will start with your skipping. And there we have it, that's hill circuits. So if you feel like you meet the inclusion criteria for it, so you've been running for a while, you feel like you're significantly strength trained, then please do give it a go. It's a really fun workout, but it is a real tough one. It's definitely one of my favourites, so please give it a go and let me know how you get on.